Now, as the global fight against the coronavirus continues, so does the battle against misinformation. Whether intentional or not, the spread of fake news is sowing panic in society. And to bust some of those myths, we're now joined by France 24's Peter O'Brien, who's been working with the Observer's team. Peter, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, Anna. Well, you know, to combat this fake news, the first thing I prescribe is a healthy, nice, deep breath and just to relax. And not be scared, not be panicked by videos we see online, on Facebook or Twitter. But then the most important thing is to look at the context. Let's take a look at a video posted on Facebook at the start of the month by a French person. Now, the caption claims this happened in Germany, and it claims it shows people squeezing into a shop to stock up on supplies, you know, ahead of a potential quarantine. It's a powerful video. It shows people shoving and pushing, panic basically. But actually it's nothing to do with coronavirus. So if you do something called a reverse image search, which is where you take a screenshot of the video and put it into a search bar online.
Can you do that with a video as well?
Any video. Just pause the video, take a screenshot of the video, put it into a search engine, and it will show you other versions of the video that have appeared online. So we did this and we found one posted on YouTube in 2011, January 2011. Turns out these Germans weren't sent mad by quarantine measures at all. They were just desperate to get a good deal in the sales. And according to the caption of this original video, it happened in Kiel in northern Germany. But with the new video, it's been reframed to instill fear and show that people are worried about the quarantine. And as we know, fear is a great way to get people to share what they've seen.
It looked like a Black Friday type of sale image that we've seen before circulating. Now, let's talk about rather alarming footage that's been circulating of military tanks on the streets of Italy.
Yeah, so the next one we'll have a look at has been seen more than 250,000 times. And the caption that goes along with it says the Italian military has deployed tanks to Foggia, a city called Foggia, as prisoners have escaped from a local jail. And the hashtags you'll see reference coronavirus. So this is in reference to prison riots that have been going on in Italy. These inmates were unhappy about restrictions on their family visits as part of quarantine and coronavirus measures. So the person who tweeted later corrected the city itself, corrected it to Palermo, where the Italian military did confirm that the vehicles belonged to a regiment based in Palermo. But turns out, as the Italian military says, they were returning from a military exercise in Sardinia. So it has nothing to do with prisoner unrest and nothing related to the virus. And amazingly, the same account that originally tweeted said that, again, afterwards, that the tanks did come from Sardinia, so in agreement with the Italian military, but they insisted that it was to do with the prison riots, even though that's got nothing to do with it.
Okay, debunking a couple of myths there, not to trust that particular Twitter account, I take it. Now, Peter, something that we've been reporting on the programme is that Italy is the hardest hit country, of course, in Europe. So does that mean that it's more susceptible to spreading misinformation because people are slightly walking on eggshells?
Yeah, exactly. The situation's more extreme there, so there's more examples of this kind of false information. Another one we have is footage of a protest, and this was posted on Twitter on the 23rd of February, and it's been seen more than 270,000 times. The caption will lead you to believe that it's a protest against Chinese people, and it says, the exclusion of Chinese people begins. But that's actually not what it's about at all. We looked up what the Italian fact-checking site Pagella Politica was saying about it, and they'd found another video which shows the same scene, same thing going on in the same place, but from different angles. Turns out it's actually an anti-fascist protest, which is why there's the red flags in both videos. And it took place on the 22nd of February in Rome to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the murder of an Italian militant. But this isn't the only example of fake news which is taking advantage of the phenomenon of blaming things on people of Asian origin. We've also found another video which is taken out of context, and it claims to show real racial abuse directed towards people of Asian origin. It's filmed in Brussels, and it's been seen thousands of times on the internet, tens of thousands. The caption reads, "Look what the Asian community is faced with at the moment." Let's have a look.
晚上去哪里？火锅店呗。哪里
？Eh oh! Le coronavirus, on n'en veut pas, nous, hein? Descendez!
Vous habitez ici ou vous venez de revenir de Chine?
Ça ne vous regarde pas, hein?
Si, ça me regarde.
Chine, regarde, ils ont une valise.
very provocative footage, and it's there to incite emotion and also therefore clicks. But the video is actually made up of extracts of a longer video, which was originally posted by a YouTube channel called Would You React? What they've done is they've got actors to go down into a subway and act out a scene of abuse, and they've used a secret camera to film the reaction of real people in the subway. At the start of this original video, it says very clearly that it's a so-called social experiment.
That's not to say, of course, the Asian community hasn't been targeted as a result. Peter O'Brien from our Observer's Desk, thank you so much for being with us to bust all those myths at a time of great misinformation.
Thanks, Anna.
And thank you for watching this edition of France 24. Do stay tuned.